Good day, everyone. Our lesson for today is all about mental and emotional health. This is part of your quarter 3, module 1. By the way, I am Sir Walter and I will be your health teacher for today. So after working in this module, you are expected to explain the factors that affect the promotion of good mental health, explains the stress is normal and inevitable, and differentiates eustress from distress. Okay. Now, let's talk about mental and emotional health. Sabi dito, ang health is often related to our physical well-being of an individual. So, little do people know that health is more than looking healthy. So, as what we have learned in the previous modules, health has various dimensions, 'di ba? Pinag-usapan natin patungkol sa physical, emotional, mental, social, moral, spiritual, and environmental. And that is what we call holistic health. Okay. So aside from looking healthy, an individual must also be feeling, thinking, and interacting healthy to achieve wellness. Hindi kasi uubra na mukha ka lang healthy. Dapat nagre-reflect ito sa the way kung paano tayo mag-isip, the way how we interact with other people for us to achieve wellness. So this module will focus on your mental and emotional health. Tamang-tama, panahon ng pandemya. So we need to check our health status in terms of our mental and emotional health. All right. So, mental and emotional health will help us to be aware of our health affected with the way you think and feel. The concept of mental and emotional will be discussed, and you will find out that any imbalance in your mental and emotional health may result to stress. Ayan. So, ano man yung mga imbalance sa ating pag-iisip, sa ating emosyon, sometimes nauuwi ito sa stress. Ano ba yung stress? Sabi dito, ang stress daw ay response ng ating katawan to a certain event or experience. So, marami itong mga sources eh. Pwedeng ang stress nanggagaling sa pamilya, ang stress ay nanggagaling sa mga kaibigan, nanggagaling sa school, and there is a possibility nangyayari din siya sa community o sa kahit anong current circumstances na nararanasan natin. Again, stress is a response of our body to a certain event. Okay? Next. Alright, ano ba yung mental health? Mga anak, pag sinabi nating mental health, it includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Again, ang mental health ay tumatalakay sa ating emotion, tumatalakay sa ating psychological, sa ating behavior, tumatalakay sa ating social well-being, the way how we socialize the other people. So it affects how we think and feel and also how we act. It also helps to determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. So mental health is important at a very stage of life from childhood and adolescent through adulthood. So let's explain further about mental health. In contrast, pag sinabi naman nating emotional health, it involves ability to manage our expressions, our emotions that arise from what you have learned and experienced. And also emotional health, natututunan natin on how to handle our emotions in a certain event, no? Halimbawa, kung nararamdaman mong galit ka sa isang tao, you know how to control your anger. Yan, kung sobrang saya naman, dapat we need to control yung level ng happiness natin. So that is what we call emotional health. Okay? Alright, so sa madaling sabi, pag sinabi nating mental and emotional health, ito yung abilidad natin na i-accept yung ating mga sarili and also the other people. And also to express and manage our emotions and on how to deal with the demands and challenges you meet in your life. Alam natin kung paano natin gagawan ng paraan, yung mga problema na kinakaharap natin. Alam natin kung ano yung emosyon na pakakawalan natin in a certain period of time once we experience something, no? So we learned on how to handle our situations, our emotions, the words that we want to express in a certain circumstance, di ba? So that is what we call mental and or emotional health. Kasi di ba, sabi nga dito, matututunan natin na tanggapin yung ibang tao. So ibig sabihin, we need to be very careful on the words that we want to say to the other people kasi baka makasakit ito sa kanya o di kaya naman ay makasakit ito sa iyo. Okay? So again, mental or emotional health is the ability to accept yourself and others. Okay? Next, as a person who have good mental and emotional health, ito yung mga nagre-reflect sa isang tao na merong good mental and emotional health. Syempre, number one dyan, happy. Ayan, so nakikita sa kanya na masaya siya. Healthy, enjoying their lives. Okay? Confident, comfortable with spending time alone or with other people, can cope with a variety of feelings and situations. So those are the characteristics or mga bagay na nakikita sa isang tao na may good mental and emotional health. Next, let's talk about the characteristics of good mental and emotional health. So, isa-isahin natin to. Number one, sabi dito, sense of belonging. So, ano po ba yung sense of belonging? Ito yung feeling close to family. Hindi yung feeling close na na papansin ha. Ito yung pakiramdam mo na you are close to your family, closeness to your friends, malapit ka sa mga teacher mo, and also provide you with support. Ito yung mga, kumbaga parang kaya mong makibagay, makisama sa mga taong nasa paligid mo na nagbibigay din sa'yo ng suporta. Pangalawa is sense of purpose. So once we say sense of purpose, recognizing that you have value and importance as a person. So let's use set and reach goals. Kumbaga parang ikaw bilang isang tao, you know what is your purpose sa taong nasa paligid mo, sa pamilya mo, sa kaibigan mo, nare-recognize yung kahalagahan mo bilang isang tao or nare-recognize mo din yung ibang tao na lalaman mo din kung ano yung purpose nila, kung bakit sila nasa atin or bakit yung tao na yan dumating sa buhay natin. So that's one characteristic of good mental and emotional health. The third one is positive outlook. So pag sinabi natin positive outlook, we always looking at the bright side. Kahit na sobrang tindi na ng pinagdadaanan mo, lagi kang tumitingin sa bright side ng sitwasyon. So life reduces stress and also it increases your chances of success. Kasi kumbaga parang hindi ka nagpapatalo sa stress, hindi ka nagpapatalo sa problema. Kung hindi, mas pinipili mo na magkaroon ng positive outlook, positive mindset, no? Halimbawa, sobrang tindi na ng problema mo, at the end of the day, sasabihin mo sa sarili mo, hindi, kaya kong lagpasan to, hindi, kaya kong kaya kong lutasin to, kaya kong solusyonan to. So that is what we call positive outlook. The fourth one is self-sufficiency. Once we see self-sufficiency, having the confidence to make responsible decisions promotes your sense of independence and self-assurance. Kumbaga, ikaw bilang isang individual, alam mo kung paano maging independent to solve your problem. You know how to think a good decision. And alam mo na ikaw ay responsible, no, sa mga bagay na gagawin mo na may halong confidence sa sarili mo. Okay? So that is what we call self-sufficiency. The fifth one is healthy self-esteem. Sabi dito, having healthy self-esteem helps you accept and recover from difficulties and failures. Hindi yung parang nakarinig ka lang na hindi maganda against your personality, ayaw mo na mag-aral, ayaw mo nang mag-module, sinabihan ka lang ng kaklase mo na, ano ba naman yan, yung mga sugot mo sa module mo, mali-mali, pero biglang bumaba yung self-esteem mo, ayaw mo na mag-aral, ayaw mo na magsugot ng module. So, ang sabi dito, ang isang tao na may good mental and emotional health ay mayroong healthy self-esteem, kung saan kaya niyang makarecover sa mga difficulties na nararanasan niya, kaya niyang makarecover sa mga failures na na-encounter niya sa buhay niya. No? So that is what we call healthy esteem. Once again, there are 5 characteristics of good mental and emotional health. Number 1 is very good sense of belonging. Number 2 is very good sense of purpose. Number 3 is great positive outlook. The fourth one is correct self-sufficiency. And the last one is okay, healthy self-esteem. All right, next. So let's talk about the factors affecting the promotion of good mental health. Sabi dito, most people at some point, they feel worried, stressed, or even down about things that are going in their lives. No? Malamang ikaw din, nakakaranas ka din na nai-stress ka, nag-worry ka sa mga susunod na mangyayari sa buhay mo, sa mga problema mo. No? So these factors can either pose a risk to or protect your mental and well-being. So sabi dito, ang good mental health daw is more than just the absence of mental illness. Okay? Siyempre, kung wala ka namang sakit sa pag-iisip, you have a good mental health. Pero kasi kapag sometimes may nagre-reflect na sa behavior natin, the way how we think na medyo mali na, baka nagkakaroon na tayo o nagsasuffer na tayo sa other classification of mental illness. Kaya mahalaga din na na-express natin yung mga problema natin sa mga taong pinagkakatiwalaan natin. Example, sa magulang natin, sa mga kaibigan, o kaya sa kapatid, no? So it can be seen as a state of mental health that allows one to flourish and full enjoy life. So everyone experience down times in life. So normal ba na makaramdam tayo ng stress? Yes, normal lang yan. Lahat ba ng tao ay nakakaranas ng downtimes sa kanilang mga buhay? Yes, walang nakakaligtas no, sa downtimes ng buhay ng tao. So lahat tayo nakakaranas tayo ma-stress, ma-depress, ma-problema. Pero again, as a healthy individual, no, nasusolusyonan natin ito. We can provide the solution to our problem. Kasi hindi tayo basta-basta sumusuko sa mga hamon ng buhay. Next, the ability to cope with negative experience varies greatly from one person to another. Kaya hindi din kasi applicable sa, halimbawa, ako may problema ako, sinabi ko sa kanya na, nung nagka-problema ako, ganito yung ginawa ko. Maaaring sa akin applicable, pero sa taong kausap mo na namomroblema ngayon, hindi applicable sa kanya. Kasi we have different personality kung paano natin i-handle yung mga problema. Kaya ang payo ko, be careful with the words that we would like to say or share to that person. Kasi halimbawa, broken-hearted siya, tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya na okay lang naman broken-hearted. Pero ang totoo naman, hindi naman talaga okay para sa kanya naman broken-hearted kasi nakaka-apekto ito sa kanyang emotional health. So, pwede siguro sabihin natin na hindi ka man okay ngayon, pero darating yung panahon na makakayanan at malalagpasan mo din yan. Pero never say na okay lang yan, diba? Kasi maaaring magkaroon ng epekto sa self-esteem niya bilang isang tao. Okay? So, determines whether people enjoy their lives, or some of the factors that affect the mental health of youth are the following. So, pag-usapan natin, ano ba yung mga nakaka-apekto sa mental health ng mga kabataan ngayon? Alright. Number one is self-esteem. Okay? Pag sinabi nating self-esteem, this is value on ourselves. Okay? Our positive self-image and self-worth. Okay? People with high self-esteem generally have positive outlook and are satisfied with themselves most of the time. Yung mga tao na mataas yung self-esteem, sila yung mga tao na kahit asarin mo, hindi napipikon. Sila yung mga tao na kahit nakapagsalita ka ng masakit na salita, hindi sila nagdadamdam or hindi nila ito dinadamdam simply because they are always looking at the positive or bright side of the word na binigay natin or nasabi natin sa tao na to. Okay? Pero be careful kasi hindi lahat ng tao ay makukuha yung joke na binibigay mo sa kanya. Maaring, halimbawa, sinabi mo siya na, ay, ano ba yan? Ang cute-cute mo kasi ang chubby-chubby mo, okay? Pero, maaring bumaba yung self-esteem niya na pwedeng pumasok sa isip niya na ang pangit ko kasi mataba ako. Pwedeng bumaba yung tingin niya sa sarili niya. Pwedeng magkaroon ng negative self-image. Kumbaga parang instead na matulungan natin siya kung paano ma-boost yung self-confidence niya, hindi na dahil nga na-offend na siya sa mga sinabi natin sa kanya. So be careful with the words, with the jokes na binibigay natin sa ating mga kaibigan, kaklase, kakilala. So remember, ito ay isang factor that affect the promotion of good mental health. Number one, very good, self-esteem. Next, number two, feeling loved. Okay? Alam nyo, maraming mga kabataan ngayon, pakiramdam nila walang nagmamahal sa kanila. Alam nyo kung bakit? Kasi maaring sa bahay hindi napapansin ng magulang. Maaring yung social life niya, like for example, yung mga kaibigan niya, hindi siya masyadong pinapansin or ina-approach. So, malaking factor yung feeling loved. Kaya sabi ko nga, habang nabubuhay tayo, we need to express our intimacy to a person. Hindi naman yung intimacy na parang crush mo siya. Lahat ng tao crush mo. Kumbaga parang lagi nating sabihin sa mga mahal natin sa buhay, sa ating mga kaibigan, magulang, kapatid, na mahal natin sila, na mahalaga sila. Kasi it helps to the promotion of good mental health. Okay? Sabi dito, children who feel loved, trusted, and accepted by their parents and others are far more likely to have good self-esteem. So they are also more likely to feel comfortable, safe, and secure, and are better able to communicate and develop positive relationship with others. Syempre, yung tao na punong-puno ng pagmamahal, merong positive self-image yan. Okay? Yung tao na lagi sinusuportahan ng kapatid, ng magulang, ng kaklase, mas lalo nilang ginagalingan, di ba? Kaya napakahalaga na maiparamdam natin sa bawat isa na mahalaga tayo at mahal natin ang bawat isa. Next, confidence. So you should be encouraged to discuss unique qualities and have the confidence to face challenges and take risks. So young people who are brought up to have confidence to themselves are more likely to have a positive attitude and to lead happy and productive lives. Okay? So, napakahalaga ng confidence eh. Sabi ko nga, kahit hindi ka naman matalinong tao, pero punong-puno ka ng self-confidence. Nako, daig mo pa yung nakabasa ng 10 libro. Bakit? It adds to your personality eh, na kahit alam mo naman sa sarili mo na medyo hindi mo kaya, pero kapag may self-confidence ka, kayang-kaya mo yang lagpasan. Okay? You are a risk taker, a challenger. Okay? So, dagdagan natin ng confidence yung ating personality. Okay? Next. Family breakup or loss. Okay? So, malaking epekto ito sa promotion ng good mental health kapag ang isang individual ay nakaranas ng separation. Kasi may mga tao na dumadanas ng separation anxiety. Yung kapag halimbawa, merong malapit na kaibigan na biglang lilipat ng bahay, ng lugar ng pagtitirhan, nalulungkot tayo, nagkakaroon tayo ng sometimes depression, kasi parang hindi natin kayang mawalay sa kanila kasi nasanay na tayo nakasama natin sila. Okay? O kaya yung mga family breakup. Okay? Yung loss of a family member, may namatayan, okay? So, nakaka-apekto talaga siya. Kasi syempre naman, nasanay na tayo mula nung nabuhay tayo, kasama natin sila. Tapos kapag nawala na sila, makaka-apekto sa pag-iisip natin, sa emosyon na sana ikaw din nawala. Pero lagi tayong uuwi sa pag-iisip na masarap mabuhay, life must go on, mas kailangan ka ng mga taong nasa paligid mo, okay? So, sabi nga, 'di ba, look at the bright side, no? Have a positive outlook in our lives, okay? Finding ways to cope and adjust to the changes wrought by these events is critical for everyone, but particularly for youth. Okay? Mahirap para sa isang kabataan katulad ninyo na mag-adjust sa sitwasyon na ito. So, improper way to handle grief can affect young people's emotion, negatively in the future. Okay, so mahirap yon. So, kailangan nating makipag-communicate talaga sa mga tao na makakatulong sa atin to cope with that situation. Dapat kumausap tayo ng mga expert. Let's have talk therapy. Kumausap tayo ng mga tao na sa tingin natin na maiintindihan yung sitwasyon at makakapagpaliwanag sa atin ng mas maliwanag para maintindihan natin yung nangyayari sa buhay natin. So if children are having difficulty in coping, professional help is recommended, just like what I have explained earlier. Okay? Next, difficult behavior. When people are unhappy, they either internalize their unhappiness or act out. So the latter usually appears as bad or difficult behaviors such as using abusive language, nagmumura, nakakapanakit tayo sa mga salita na binibitawan natin, okay? Being aggressive, nakakapanakit din tayo physically, or violent, damaging property, nakakasira na ng mga gamit, stealing, nakakakuha ng mga bagay na hindi naman sa kanila, nakakapagsinungaling tayo, refusing to comply with the request or expectation at school or at home. If such behavior is serious and persistent, the young person and family might require professional help. Kapag kasi ang behavior ng isang tao ay biglang nag-iba dahil sa mga problemang kinakaharap niya, there is a possibility na kailangan niya na ng professional help. Yung dating masiyahin, biglang naging malungkotin, yung dating mabait, nananakit, yung dating hindi naman nagmumura, biglang nagmumura, yung dating hindi makabasag pinggan, nagwawala, nakakasira na ng mga gamit because of the problems na nararanasan niya. Kapag ito ay nakikita na sa behavior ng isang tao, kailangan niya na ng tulong profesional. Okay? Next. So let's talk about the physical ill health diseases. So acquires and other physical problems often contributed to poor mental health and sometimes mental illnesses. Have you experienced na magkaroon ng ubo, ng sipon, lalo ngayong pandemya, di ba? Nagkakaroon tayo ng negative na pag-iisip kapag yung isa sa mga member of the family biglang sinipon, inubo, kasi iniisip natin, ako baka may COVID, ako baka may sakit to, ako baka, diba, kumbaga parang iba yung epekto ng pandemic sa pag-iisip natin. What more kapag ang isang tao ay merong malalang sakit. So nakaka-apekto to sa kanyang mental health. Some physical circumstances such as birth trauma, nagkaroon siya ng brain injury, or drug abuse can directly cause brain damage, chemistry, and contribute to mental illness. So more commonly, poor physical health can affect self-esteem and people's ability to meet their goals, which leads to unhappiness or even depression in such cases. So receiving the best possible treatment for both physical problem and the resulting psychological consequences is key to optimal recovery to good mental health. So, ganun pa din, kailangan nating mag-undergo ng treatment once na sobra na yung pag-iisip natin kapag nagkaroon tayo ng physical ill health disease, yung halimbawa yung mga taong na pasok sa masamang bisyo, no? So, pag nagkaroon ng epekto sa kanilang pag-iisip, ang kailangan nila is treatment and psychological treatment din. So, para bumalik sa dati at ayos sa kanilang good mental health. Okay? Now, let's talk about abuse. So, maraming iba't ibang klase kasi ng abuso, no? Mentally abused children are at great risk. Okay? Malaki ang epekto ng pang-aabuso sa mga bata kasi nakaka-contribute ito hanggang sa paglaki nila. Okay? They are more likely to experience mental disorders or mental illness during childhood into adulthood. So, yung abuso, pwedeng physical abuse, pwedeng sexual abuse, pwedeng psychological abuse or verbal abuse. It may not always be evident. Kumbaga parang hindi ito nakikita sa appearance ng isang tao kung naabuso ba siya, no? Hindi rin siya madaling ma-recognize kung ang tao na to ay naabuso. Maaari kasi nakikita mo siya, ang saya-saya niya, pero noong mga panahon ng kabataan niya, nakaranas pala siya ng physical abuse or sexual abuse, pero hindi lang nagre-reflect sa kanyang kinikilos. Regardless of the form it takes, abuse cannot be tolerated. So, hindi dapat na-tolerate yung mga ganitong gawain dahil hindi tama na maabuso ang kahit na sino, especially young people. So children need to be protected from abuse and help to overcome its negative effects. So paano ba makaka-overcome ang isang tao na nakaranas ng pang-aabuso mula sa ibang tao? Siyempre, kailangan nila ding kumausap ng mga professional para maipaliwanag sa kanila yung mga bagay na yon, kung bakit yun nangyari at kung paano ito malalagpasan. Okay? Next, abuse can cause feeling of low self-esteem. Okay? Halimbawa, na verbal abuse, lagi sinasabihan na ang pangit-pangit mo, lagi sinasabihan ng mga masasakit na salita. So, kung ano yung mga pangit na salita na sinasabi sa kanya, ayun ang tumatanim sa kanya. So, sabi kasi ni ganito, pangit ako eh. So, pangit ako. Kumbaga parang bumababa yung tingin niya sa sarili niya. So, lack of self-confidence. Nagkakaroon ng depression, nagkakaroon ng isolation. Instead na makikipag-bonding na siya sa mga kaibigan niya, hindi na lang kasi lagi naman nila akong pinagtatawanan. So, anger. Okay? Nakakaramdam siya ng puot, ng galit kasi na verbal abuse siya o kaya na sexual abuse siya and the like. Feelings that impair a child's chance to lead a happy life. So few children are able to recover on their own. No, may mga bata kasi na strong yung personality. So support is critical and professional counseling is sometimes required for those people na mababa yung or weak yung kanilang personality. Pero kapag ang abuso is discovered early, the chances of a child returning to a healthy state of mind and avoiding serious mental disorders are greatly enhanced. Okay? Okay, let's talk about severe or long-term stress. Okay? So, stress is defined as psychological. Pag sinabi kasi nating psychological, tumatalaki ito sa behavior ng isang tao. Or sometimes, sabi, ang stress defined as physical and emotional response to a significant or unexpected change or disruption in one's life. So it may also refer to what you feel when you react to pressure either from the outside world, like for example, school, family, and friends, or from yourself. Di ba sinabi ko nga kanina, ang stress ay normal lang. Lahat ng tao ay nakakaranas ng stress. Pero pag sinabi na kasing severe stress, hindi na to normal. Ibig sabihin, nakakaapekto na to sa atin ng sobra-sobra the way how we think, the way how we socialize, the way how we interact with other people. Ano-ano ba yung mga stressors natin? Maaring financial, maaring social, maaring sa pamilya, sa kaibigan, sa paaralan, and the like. So sa panahon ngayon, maraming nai-stress sa atin because of pandemic. No? Gustong-gusto na nating bumalik sa normal. Gustong-gusto na nating maging okay na ang lahat. Pero wala tayong magawa kasi patuloy pa din tumataas yung bilang ng mga COVID cases. So, kailangan pa rin nating mag-ingat at nakaka-apekto nga naman ito sa ating mental health. So, again, severe or long-term stress, nakaka-apekto to sa atin psychologically or sometimes physically, pero most often in our emotion and mentally. Okay? Next. Alright, there are two kinds of stress. Do not forget, eustress and distress. Again, what are the two kinds of stress? Very good, the eustress and distress. Okay. Pag sinabi nating eustress, it refers to a positive and healthy response of the body. So, eustress is a positive stress. Okay? So, ito ay positive health response sa katawan natin from stressor refers to the things that make a person stress. So it produces good effects to one's well-being. For example, a person who studied for long hours, then took and got an outstanding grade in the exam may feel happiness and enjoyment. Okay. Halimbawa, ikaw, noong mga panahon na nag-iipon ka ng pera, nai-stress ka kasi gustong-gusto mo nang bumili or kumain ng masarap pero hindi mo masungkit yung alkansya mo kasi may pinaglalaanan ka. Pero nung na-reach mo na yung goal mo sa bagay na pinag-iipunan mo, nung nabili mo yung bagay na yon, mas doble yung saya na naranasan mo. Na-stress ka pero ang epekto nun sa'yo ay enjoyment and happiness. So that is what we call eustress. Ayun, yung example dito sa module natin, na-stress ka habang nag-aaral ka pero nung kuha na ng card, kuha na ng grade, biglang nakita mo you got 99 sa card. So, ang epekto pala sa iyo ng stress na yun habang nag-aaral ka is happiness and enjoyment. So, that is what we call eustress. Okay? Good. Next. Distress. Pag sinabi naman natin distress, it refers to a negative reaction of the body towards a given stressor. It may cause problems in health, alter the mood and emotion. Pag sinabing alter, sudden changes ng ating mood at saka ng ating emotion and even affect the way a person thinks. Halimbawa, when a person woke up late for work, no, he or she may feel anger and disappointment. Okay? O kaya naman, nagpasawalang bahala ka sa pag-aaral, nakita mo, bumagsak ka, naramdaman mo, wala kang kwentang tao. Bakit? Kasi noong mga panahon na nai-stress ka sa pag-aaral, hindi ka nag-aral. Bakit? Nagpatalo ka sa stress. Kaya na naging epekto, mas lalo kang na-stress nung nalaman mong bagsak ka. Nakuha na ng grade. Okay? So that is the difference of eustress and distress. Eustress, ito ay isang uri ng stressor na napagtagumpayan mo kaya ang epekto sa iyo ay happiness and enjoyment. Distress, ito yung stressor na nagpatalo ka sa stress kaya ang naging epekto sa iyo ay lungkot. Okay? Question. Alright, good. Alright, now let's talk about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So sabi dito, ang Maslow's model ay makakatulong sa atin na maintindihan ang ating mga pangangailangan in some healthy ways that strengthen our mental and emotional health. So, makikita nyo dito may level 1 to 5. Siyempre yung level 5, that is the highest one. Okay? So, yung level 1, physiological. Pag sinabi kasi natin physiological, itong katawan natin, atong laman, no? Atong laman natin bilang isang tao. So, ano ba yung mga kailangan niyan? Kailangan natin ng basic needs, kailangan natin ng maiinom, ng pagkain, ng matitirhan. So, kapag ito ay na-provide natin sa sarili natin o ng family natin sa atin, no? So, it satisfy our basic needs. That is the level 1. Number 2, the safety. So, sabi dito, kailangan natin maging secure from danger. So, kapag ramdaman naman natin na we are secured, na-reach natin yung level 2. Level 3, belonging. Need to love and be loved, need to belong. Okay? Kapag naramdaman natin na may nagmamahal sa atin, naramdaman natin kung paano magmahal at alam natin kung paano ang totoong pagmamahal, pasok tayo sa level 3. Now, in level 4, feeling recognized. Kapag tayo ay nare-recognize ng mga kaibigan natin, ng family natin, ng magulang natin na etong anak ko magaling ito sa ganito, eto masarap to magluto, eto magaling tong komenta. So, na-reach mo yung level 4. And the highest part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, yung reaching potential. So, this has something to do with self-actualization. Once you realize na lahat ng goal mo as a person ay kaya mong makuha. Okay? So that is what we call need for self-actualization. Once again, merong 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Number 1 is physiological, safety, belonging, feeling recognized, and reaching potential. All right. If there is no any question, thank you so much for listening. Kapag may mga concern kayo, feel free to ask your health teacher. Once again, good day and thank you so much.